Hello, scaredy cats, it's me, Scaredy Matt. Today we're talking about 1987's The Lost Boys and why it whips so hard. The Lost Boys is a horror comedy about a family moving into a small town in California that is infested with vampires. To me, it belongs right alongside other 80s horror comedies like Gremlins, Fright Night, American Werewolf in London, or Evil Dead 2. I don't know about you, but I guess I didn't know this movie was a comedy before watching it, and the tone kind of took me by surprise, and it was a delight. The story follows a family whose last name I do not know. They just moved from Phoenix, Arizona to the fictional Santa Carla, California, which is just Santa Cruz. It's Santa Cruz, guys. They filmed it there. Santa Cruz has the nickname Murder Capital of the World, which is attributed to Santa Carla in the movie. They got it because they had 3 serial killers in the 70s. Fun fact about the movie Lost Boys. Anyway, the kids immediately hate it there, which makes no sense to me because if the montage at the beginning of the movie is to be believed, Santa Carla is the coolest place on Earth. They move in with their cool as hell grandpa, who has the dopest house I've ever seen, and not only that, get to hang out with a bunch of vampires. Well, okay, that last part, they don't like that last part actually. Seems tight to me, but they don't like it. One of the best running jokes of this movie is that people tend to react with vampires less with fear, but more with hostility. Vampires are just assholes. Everybody hates vampires. They hate their guts. I mean, sure, this movie makes vampires very imposing. They can fly at will, hypnotize people into seeing bugs and food, rip the roof off of a car to get at the teens inside, and bite straight through a human skull? And like, side note, I know that there is blood in the head. Doesn't seem like that would be the most efficient way to get to it. Anyway, while people might react to that threat, they tend to view vampires as more of a nuisance than anything else, which is great. One thing that kind of surprised me was how little it seemed like this movie tried to make the vampires into any kind of allegory. At first I thought it was meant to be Michael, the main character, discovering his sexuality. After all, he's lured away and seduced by the mysterious David into a group of leather-clad bikers. Michael can't get David out of his dreams, and he has to hide his vampirism from his family. And when his brother finds out, he reacts with immediate disgust and hostility until Michael explains that he's still his brother. He's still the same person.
You're a vampire, Michael. My own brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Oh, you wait till Mom finds out, buddy. I'm your brother, Sammy. Help me!
We gotta stick together, Sam. We gotta stick together, bro.
And his brother, by the way, in an earlier scene, was pointed out to be afraid of a monster in his closet.
Night-night, sweetheart.
Mom.
Huh? You know, I can never sleep with the closet door open either.
He's afraid of things in the closet. Is just very, very clearly the closet. If you can follow the metaphor I am establishing, Michael's in the closet is the metaphor. Also, the movie is directed by the late Joel Schumacher, which may have influenced my thinking on this a little bit. Schumacher does tend to inject homoeroticism into his movies, so maybe I went into this one looking for that a little bit. I don't know. Definitely felt like David was down to clown with Michael. Vampires turning people into vampires? Usually that's a metaphor for boning. Like, for example, Dracula is it's a book about boning. That's the theme of the novel Dracula, is boning. It's hard to say. I don't know. Or maybe it's an allegory for drug addiction. Michael is out at all hours. He comes home exhausted, sleeping all day. He becomes distant to his family. He's peer pressured into drinking the bedazzled bottle of David blood that makes him a vampire, and then battles with his cravings for human blood the rest of the movie. He's pale, sullen, and can't talk to his mother about the problem because he doesn't think anyone will understand. But both of these subtexts just fucking vanish as the movie goes on. It felt to me like both were very deliberately set up and then discarded, as if to say, hey, nerd, this is a goof 'em up about vampires, just relax a second. Yeah, we know how to make a movie that's about something. We could do that if we wanted to, but let's just have some fun, okay? You don't gotta write a video essay on YouTube about this, whatever that is, whenever that's gonna exist in 30 years. We just wanna make a movie where Corey Haim makes a toilet explode by killing a vampire in a bathtub full of holy water. Sure, whatever, fine, it's fun. The point is, I thought this movie would be more serious. I was thinking it'd be more like Near Dark, a very similar movie in subject matter that goes in the opposite direction tonally. Lost Boys and Near Dark, by the way, amazing double feature. Highly recommend. But make sure to watch Near Dark first, because Lost Boys is way more high energy, and watching a slow, somber movie shortly after is gonna be a real buzzkill. Lost Boys ends on the biggest hell yeah moment I think I've ever seen in a movie. Near Dark ends with the dawning realization that to the dead, life is just as terrifying as death is to us. So just keep that in mind. The Lost Boys is fluffy escapist entertainment. It's comfort food in movie form. The perfect thing to watch when you need a little pick-me-up, and if you saw my video last week, oh boy did I need one. The threats in this movie are very clearly established, and the stakes, no pun intended, are very clear. But it never gets too dark. There's not one, but two good doggies in this movie, and despite being in threatening situations all the time, neither of them ever get hurt. Do you know how unusual that is? To have a bunch of animals in a gory horror movie and they don't get hurt? It's weird because it's a tense and exciting movie, but nothing about it is really all that upsetting. Unless you're upset by graphic violence, like a nerd. It's distilled 80s cheese and schlocky B-movie fun, with enough of a budget and talent to make everything feel tight and polished. The cast is incredible, particularly Kiefer Sutherland, who is just really good in this movie. The script is funny, at times genuinely surprising, and the effects are pitch perfect. Look at these vamp faces. Look at them. That's where Buffy got them from. Lost Boys did it better, and with better lighting. Cool vampires. Don't you love to see a movie with some good old-fashioned vampires? Recreates everybody's fantasy of hanging out with some cool, chill vampires, eating some Chinese food that is sometimes bugs, and going on adventures in the boardwalk, going to a comic book shop. You know? Not having to wear a mask, just going to a party. Just going to a concert? Oh god, it's wearing off. I'm bummed again. Now I gotta go watch Lost Boys again, or maybe one of the sequels, which I'm sure are very good.
Play! It's me, Count Scaredy Matt. If you like this video and this very funny bit I'm doing, press the like button. You can also subscribe for more of these videos every 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, while I am safely asleep in my coffin because it's daytime. I'm a vampire. Blah.